Hello students, welcome to another video. We are nearing the end. Your KCET exams are coming. So we have the end game series happening now. We will be doing important questions, past year questions that will help you all do very well in your KCET exams. So hi everybody, welcome. Oh, Singer's here today. Yes, hi Singer. We'll wait for another 2 minutes. Sorry, we'll just wait for another 1 minute and then we'll start the class. That will help you all. Okay. Hi, Jait. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, please forgive me for that. Hi, Pratiksha. Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, Abhi. Hello. Hello. Pravalika. Hi, Savio. Hello, Sri. Yeah. Hello, everybody. So, welcome to today's class. So, we will be solving some important questions as usual today. So, today's questions will be mainly from optics and semiconductors, and these two will together give you 5 marks. Okay. So, if you watch this whole video, I will be solving questions from 2024 till all the way till 2018. Okay. So, you don't have to go solve anything else from this chapter if you watch the whole video with me. So, I will be doing all the steps so all of you can understand. Shashank, good evening. Yes. Okay, so let's move. Let's just start quickly. Let's not waste any time since I know all of your time is very important and you're all very busy preparing. Thank you for the time you took to watch this video and yeah. So first question. Can you see the question? This question is from semiconductors. Depletion region in an unbiased semiconductor diode is a region consisting of only free electrons and holes. Is that correct? What is depletion region? If you have a PN junction, depletion region is a junction between the two. And it's a region where the electrons and the holes recombine and there are no charges. It's going to be neutral. So what's going to be the option? Sorry, what's going to be the option? Answer. Is the question visible now? Shashank. Okay, the question is if this is correct or not. Consisting of only free electrons and holes. The answer is, can you quickly tell me the answer? Let me know the answer in the chats. Yes, very good students. It is neither free electrons nor holes. Why? Because in the depletion region, both the holes and electrons recombine and becomes neutral. So it's not going to have any electrons nor holes. Okay? Very good, Shashank. It's B. Yes. Pravalika, it's B. Hasini, B. Very good. This was a very easy question. This was just to motivate you, okay? As you move, down the lane, we'll have more difficult questions, but, sometimes motivation is good. So that's why I put a very easy question. This one also you can easily solve. The upper level of valence band and lower level of conduction band. So how are the bands? So this is, let's say this is valence band and then this is conduction band. Okay. So the upper level of valence band and the lower level of conduction band overlap in the case of. So that means there is no gap here. They will overlap. So it would be like this. The conduction band and the valence band will overlap where? Obviously, it overlaps only for conductors. That's why they're able to conduct. When does something conduct? When electrons from the valence band are able to easily move to the conduction band. So, the only conductor here is copper. Silicon is a semiconductor. Carbon is not a conductor. Germanium is not a conductor. Copper you use in copper wire. So, it's definitely a conductor. So, a conductor will have the conduction band and valence band. Yes, very good students. It's option B. Conduction band and valence band merged together. Super students, great going. Keep up the energy. Let's go on to the next question. Yes, Monisha, very good. It's option B. Okay, next question. So I want the energy when we look at hard questions as well. Okay, very good. When a PN junction diode is in the forward bias means P type is connected to the positive terminal, N type is connected to the negative terminal. Which type of charge carrier flows in the connecting wire? First thing I want you to know is the only charge that can flow in a wire is electron. What is electricity? Electricity is the flow of electrons. So the only charge that can flow in a wire is electrons. So what would the answer be? Free electrons. Option A. Do you all get it right? All those who got option A right? Let me know in the chats if you got option A right. Okay, students. So in a connecting wire, free electrons flow. That's how electricity is formed. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. A full wave. Yes, Hasini, it's A. Yes, Suhas, it's A. Very good. Next question. A full wave rectifier diode with diodes D1 and D2 is used to rectify 50 Hertz alternating current. Okay, so voltage is 50 Hertz. The diode D1 conducts dash times in 1 second. First thing you need to know, what is 50 Hertz? 50 Hertz is the frequency. What is the meaning of the word frequency? Frequency means number of waves passing in 1 second. So if you have a wave like this, okay, and let's say it passes through this point in 1 second. One wave will have a crest and a trough. So let's say this is one. No, let me draw something better. So let's say 1, 2. So let's say these two waves pass this point in a second. So the frequency would be 2 Hertz. So if you have 50 waves like this passing in 1 second, that's when the frequency is 50 Hertz. So what would the answer be? The diode D1 conducts 50 times in 1 second because 50 Hertz means 50 waves. Okay. So one wave is one trough and a crest. This is one wave. Okay. So the answer would be 50. How would it be 25? Can you tell me why you think it's 25? It's 50 because 50 Hertz means 50 waves pass in 1 second. So if the question was 100 Hertz, it means 100 waves pass in 1 second. Now if the question is 10 kilohertz, then this you have to convert to Hertz. So 10 into 1000 waves in 1 second. Okay. You have to always convert it into Hertz and write down because you will not get the same question for sure. So looking at the value, you have to know. Okay. Hi Sanjay. How are you? Alright students, let's look at the next question. The resistivity of a semiconductor at room temperature is in between. So first thing you need to know, it's a semiconductor. It's not a conductor. It's not an insulator. So it's a semiconductor somewhere between a conductor and an insulator. So the resistivity value should be not so high, not so low. So what is the only option that suits? So let's start from the lowest. This is too low, cancelled. Too high, cancelled. High, cancelled. So I think it would be option A. Option A is an option which is not too low, not too high because it's a semiconductor. It has to be between a conductor and an insulator. Okay. Quickly students, if this is clear, can you all give me a thumbs up? I am also fine, Sanjay. Okay. Can you all quickly give me a thumbs up in the chat? And can you all go like the video as well? So I know you're all enjoying this. Okay. And for engineering, I didn't get your question. Okay, students, let's move on to the next question. The forbidden energy gap for a germanium crystal at 0 Kelvin is. Okay. So the 0 Kelvin temperature is very low. Germanium and the forbidden energy gap is what you have to find. So what would the answer be? Can you all quickly let me know what your answers are? Yeah. Quickly students, let me know your answers. It's not going to be very high. Because if it's very high, then the electron cannot pass through. So it's definitely not going to be these two. Now, if it's very low, if it's 0.071 is too low. So it's going to be a conductor. I mean, not a conductor, but it's too low for a semiconductor. So the only feasible option that looks good here is 0.71. So that's why we will go for 0.71. It won't be A or B because B is a little too high for a semiconductor. Okay? Yes, it's A. Yes, Shruti, it's A. Srushti. Yes, Sanjay, it's A. Okay. Yes, Hasini, it's just A. Yes, no doubt, it's just A. Okay? Yeah. Next question. Identify the correct statement. So what we'll do, we'll look at each statement, check if it's correct, and then we'll go to the next statement. What is the first statement? When a PN junction diode is forward biased, then the width of the depletion region decreases. We already saw a similar question, the first question, so you should definitely be knowing if this is correct or not. See, a PN junction has the depletion region in the center. What is depletion region? It's like a door. Okay. So when it's forward biased means, let me use a picture. So this is P type, this is N type. Okay. Forward biased means P is connected to positive, N is connected to negative. This is forward biased. So forward biased is the ideal condition. It is good. Okay. So when it is forward biased, it's like, imagine depletion region is like a door and forward biased is like guest coming to your house. So if it's forward biased, you're very happy, you open the door. So electrons can easily pass through. So depletion region is very small. You are opening the door. Okay. Now if it's reverse biased, you don't like the person coming. So you close the door. So depletion region becomes very thick. Alright. So first option is definitely wrong because when a PN junction diode is forward biased, the first statement is definitely correct. You have to find out the incorrect one. The width of the depletion region decreases. This is correct. So you have to find out the incorrect statement. So this is the correct one. Next one. When a PN junction diode is reverse biased, the barrier potential increases. No. When a PN junction is reverse biased, one thing definitely will happen. The depletion region will broaden. It's like a guest you don't like coming to your house, you close the door. The depletion region broadens. The barrier potential actually does not have a lot of effect, but anyway, it would increase. It wouldn't decrease, so this could also be correct. A photodiode is operated in the reverse biased. Yes, a photodiode is operated in the reverse biased. What is reverse biased? P type connected to N, negative, N type connected to positive. So in the reverse biased, only then, see a photodiode, what should a photodiode do? Yeah, quickly someone tell me what should a photodiode do? Sorry. So what should a photodiode do? So a photodiode should emit light. When does it emit light? When an electron and a hole combines, it emits light. So it has to be in the reverse bias because at the center is where this happens. So the depletion region should be there for this. So this is also correct. So obviously the last answer is wrong. Yes, it is D, Monisha. It is D. So this is the correct option. Correct option. Okay, so now let's look at why it is the correct option. An LED is a lightly doped PN junction. There itself it's wrong. An LED is a heavily doped PN junction which emits spontaneous radiation. No, every time an electron and a hole recombines, it produces a radiation. That is not spontaneous. Some people say it's spontaneous, but it is something that occurs as a result of this recombination and it is heavily doped. So definitely the option is option D. Alright. Is this clear to all of you? Alright. Is it clear? Can you all put some fire emojis in the chat if this is clear? Okay, next question. The question does not say photodiode does not conduct current. The photodiode, what does a photodiode do? It has photons. So there is recombination happening. So it has to be connected in reverse bias. That's the only thing that is asked here. You don't have to talk about the current. I mean, you don't have to know. I mean, it's not asked in the question. Okay. Okay, next question. Quickly, students, let's look at the next question, question number 8. Okay, in 15 minutes, we've done 8 questions, which is great. Wonderful students, wonderful energy. Keep going. I'm sure all of you will rock your KCET exams. We just have a few more days. So let's do. Yeah. Yes, Sanjay. Yes, you're right. Very good. Ma'am, once more, can you explain same question? Which question, dear? Question number 7. Which option do you want me to explain in question number 7? See, first option is definitely correct, right? When a PN junction is forward biased, which means P type is connected to positive, N type is connected to the negative. Its depletion region will be very small. It will be very thin because it has to conduct properly. The electrons have to pass through. It's like an open door, as I said. So the depletion region should be very small. So it's definitely not option A. Now, second option, option B is when a PN junction is reverse biased, right? So, when a PN junction is reverse biased, what happens? The depletion region would widen. When it is reverse biased, the depletion region would widen. It would be very big. And so, barrier potential is actually the built-in potential. It's the property of the diode itself. It's the potential of the diode. So, that might increase. You don't have to consider that. But when it is reverse biased, it will increase. Okay. And then photodiode operates in reverse bias because, yeah, as someone said, who is that? Yeah, like Sanjay said, it is a special type of semiconductor. It works in reverse bias. It emits photons. And then last one is wrong because LED is heavily doped. Alright. Yeah, let's move on to the next question. 3 diodes D1, D2, D3. Okay, I have 3 diodes D1, D2, D3. They have band gaps 2.5 to 3. Which one will be able to detect wavelength of 600 nanometers? Okay, quickly let's do this. So the formula that I'm going to use here is E is equal to hc by lambda. Because I have my energy, h is Planck's constant, c is speed of light. So it's good if you can know the value. Ruchita, repeated questions will come in the exam. So today what we are going to do is we are going to do all questions from 2018 to 2024 from these chapters. Okay. So similar questions we can expect. Let's just hope for the best. Alright. Because this is the only thing that we can practice. Past year questions. We will also practice new questions in the upcoming classes. The first and important thing to do is past year papers. That is what we are going to do now. Alright. Yeah. E is equal to hc by lambda. So it is very good. It would be very good if all of you can by heart the value of h and c. H and c individually you know, but when you multiply h and c, you will get 1, 2, 4, 2. Okay? So you have to know that. And how much is your wavelength? 600 nanometers. Now do it. What are you going to get? You guys are getting to know each other in the chat. Someone's asking someone which college, where are you from and all. Students, only few more days for your exam. Okay, concentrate in class. Yes, students, quickly 1242 by 600 will be how much? 6 and 12 will be 2. 2 point, how much would it be? Something, 2 point something. So it would be 2 electron volts. 2 electron volts is for D2. So it would be D2 only. If you do the full math, you will get 2.07. But you don't have to do the full math. 2.0 means it is D2. Okay, did you all get option C? If you've got option C, can you quickly let me know in the chat? Put some fire emojis if you've got option C right. So E1 and E3 is greater than 2.07. So only D2 will be able to detect the given light of wavelength 600 nanometers. Okay. So quickly students, let me know, put some fire emojis if you have understood this question? Yes, Monisha is on fire. Very good, Monisha. Ma'am, PC user how fire emoji? Oh, it's okay, da. So PC user can tell me understood or okay. All right. So all PC users, you don't have to put fire emojis. I understand your pain. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. You can put. No, you don't have to put it. It's okay. What is your name? Some bear, something. Okay, students, let's move on to the next question. Can you all go like the video also? Very good. Spider, what is your name? Yes, Alia. Whichever number is close, that will be able to detect. See, not actually close. 2.0 means what? 2. If the decimal is less than 5, you ignore it. So, if the decimal is 2.6, then this will be equal to 3. If the decimal is 2.4, this is equal to 2 only. If the decimal is above 5, you have to consider the decimal. If the decimal is less than 5, you can ignore it. So 2.0 is definitely 2. So it is 2 only. It's not close to 2, it is 2. Okay, Alia? I hope it's clear to you. Alright. Okay, students, let's move on to the next question. Wonderful energy. Okay, keep going. Next question. Yes, Suhu, I'm going to the next question. Okay. Yes, Suhu is full of energy. He wants the questions fast. Next question. A positive hole in a semiconductor is. What is a positive hole? An antiparticle of electron. I've not heard of electrons having antiparticles. Not at least not in your PUC. You don't learn about antiparticles, do you? I mean, I don't know. I think this is definitely wrong. A vacancy created when an electron leaves a covalent bond. This could be correct. Absence of free electrons? No. An artificially created particle? Definitely no. It is not an artificially created particle. You don't create particles. And it's not the absence of a free electron. It is a vacancy created when an electron leaves. Okay. So when an electron is here and it leaves that particular position, then that position will feel sad. So what happens? It converts itself into a hole. That's how holes are generated. Okay. So just if an electron was never there, there is not going to be a hole there. Only if an electron leaves, then that vacancy will be like, I'm all alone, I should have something. So it becomes a hole. So option B. Alright, students? Yes, Suhas. Yes, Aisha, Alia, Shweta, and I'm not able to pronounce your name, dear. Sporadic Bear. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Okay. All of you, good. Very good. So if you've all understood, can you put some okays? Those who can put fire. Others can put okay in the chat. Okay, next question. The conductivity of a semiconductor increases with increase in temperature because. Okay, let's see. So what is conductivity? The ability of it to conduct. So charges can flow. So electricity can flow. So more electricity can flow when temperature increases. Why? That is the question. Conductivity means flow of charge or flow of electricity. So obviously from the question it is clear when the temperature is high, more electricity will flow. But why is this happening? Option A. Number density of charge carriers increase. What does that mean? That means imagine initially there were 10 electrons. After it is heated, it becomes 20 electrons. So the number of electrons increased is the first option. Okay. Second option, relaxation time increases. What is relaxation time? So imagine there are 10 electrons. So when these electrons, they're all moving. So when they move, they hit onto each other, they collide. So the time between two collisions is called relaxation time. So if this is one electron, this is the other. Now imagine it travels for 2 seconds before it hits. So this 2 seconds is the relaxation time. Imagine it travels for 10 seconds before it hits another one. 10 seconds is the relaxation time. So they're saying that relaxation time will increase. That means the collisions will be less. Okay, let's see. Option C. Both number density of charge carriers and relaxation time increases. Okay, so option A and B combined is option C. Now option D, number density of charge carriers increases, relaxation time decreases, but effect of decrease in relaxation time is much less than increase in number density, which means more charges are there, but relaxation time is less. That means they collide into each other more. Their collision actually does not affect. It is mainly the number density. That's what option D says. Okay. So which one do you think is right? Quickly, students, can you let me know in the chat? Is it A, B, C or D? I discussed all the options. Which one do you think is apt for this question? If when you're writing your exam, if you see this question, what will you mark? You'll mark which question? Ma'am, is it to score more in piece? You will be able to score. Just focus in the class. Okay? Yeah. Quickly, students, tell me. Okay. So I'm not able to see your answers. I think the internet is a little slow on my end. D. Yes. Yes, Monisha, video will be recorded. You can go watch it later as well. So the option is D. Yes, everybody is saying D. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. It's D. So now I'll just tell you why it's D, because obviously when something is heated, more covalent bonds break, more charges are going to be produced. So if more charges are produced, obviously they will collide more. So the relaxation time will decrease. Say if you have a room full of 10 people, okay, and then suddenly you put in more people, now the room is full of 100 people. You will all collide into each other more faster, which means the time taken between a collision will be less. You will be colliding faster. So relaxation time definitely has to decrease, and current density will increase because as you heat it, more covalent bonds break and the more electrons come out. Okay. Very good. Wonderful, students. Superb, superb, superb. Wonderful energy. Ma'am, break time. I just started the lesson. You want to break so soon? Okay. Next question. For a transistor amplifier, the voltage gain. What is voltage gain? So, I think I have this here. So, okay, this is not clear now. I think I should move away from the video. Are you able to see this? Okay. Yeah, this is not clear, but what I actually meant was, it was clear earlier. I don't know why now when I'm presenting it's not clear. I'm really sorry for that. So on the y-axis, it's actually gain. This is low frequency. This is moderate frequency. And this is high frequency. Okay. So you can see on both the sides, it's reducing. In the center, it's a constant. So this is how voltage. Yeah, I know, student. I know it's blur, but I don't know why it's blur, because it was not blur when I put it. When I'm presenting it, it's becoming blur. I'm really sorry for that. That's why I've written it for you. On the y-axis, it's gain. I'm not going to give break, Monisha. Don't worry. We're in full energy today. We'll solve as much questions as possible. Okay, so y-axis is gain. So y-axis is gain. X-axis is low frequency. Center is moderate frequency. This side is high frequency. So all three are represented in the graph. Now tell me which option is correct looking at the graph. Which option is correct, students? Quickly tell me. Remains constant for all frequencies is definitely wrong. Is high at high frequencies and low frequencies. It's not high, so this is wrong. It's low at high frequencies and low frequencies and constant. It's constant at high frequency. This is also wrong. So it is definitely option C. So you have to remember this graph, okay? So there is gain and then frequency on one side. All right. So what happens? Okay, so for those few who didn't understand the concept to this, okay? So look at this. Think of a transistor as an amplifier. Okay, it's like a loudspeaker system. So you speak slowly, but you're able to hear it very loudly, like an amplifier, like a loudspeaker. All right. So what happens when you play music? The amplifier makes a sound. It makes the sound louder. So at low frequencies, like sounds like drum beat, the gain is very low. So it does not work very well at low frequencies. It blocks some signals. It does not allow some signals to pass through and all that. But at high frequency sounds are like whistles, sharp sounds. Here also the gain is low because of this is actually because of a capacitor that affects the circuit. So this capacitor allows high frequency signals to pass through the circuit, reducing the gain. So at low and high frequencies, the gain is reduced. But at middle frequencies, which is normal voice, like the one I'm talking now. So here gain is the most stable. That's because the capacitors work perfectly here. Oh, I went out of the screen. Okay. All right, students. Let's move on to the next question. High Lo-Fi Music 12. You all have such nice names. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next question. Oh my God, Akil is so desperate. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The voltage amplifier tells you how much. Yes, Sanjay. Sanjay is giving a lot of good input to the class. You can all read Sanjay's comments, okay? He's giving a lot of information to his students. Yeah, I know, Monisha. I was not visible. Now I am visible. Next question. Now we are going to do some questions that involve mathematics. I want all of you to stay with me even when you see problems. Okay? So all of these questions were like an icebreaker session. Now we will do problem solving, which will take some time, but you will do it fast. I know. You're all very smart kids. The density of an electron hole pair in pure germanium is 3 into 10 raised to 16 meter raised to meter cube at room temperature. Okay? On doping with aluminium, on doping with aluminium, the hole density increases to 4.5 into 10 raised to 22, blah, blah, blah. Now the electron density in doped germanium will be. Okay, let's quickly solve the question. First thing, we'll write down whatever is given to you. You don't have to do all this for your KCET. You won't have time for all this. I'm just writing it because, some students might not understand. Let's be generous to everybody. So, those who want a quick class, you can watch it later. You can watch it on 2x speed. Okay. So, what is first thing given? N electron hole pair, number of electrons and number of protons. Sorry, not protons, holes is 3 into 10 raised to 16. Now P, hole density is how much? 4.5 into 10 raised to 22. Okay, so the first one is for a pure one. Second one is when it is doped. When it is doped, there were more holes. That's why from 3, the number of holes increased to 4.5 into 10 raised to 22. See, it's a huge increase. So the doping was strong, heavily doped. Very good. So now you need to know this formula. N into P is equal to Ni square, which is the number of holes and electrons for a doped semiconductor should be equal to Ni square, which is the number of charges in an undoped one, in a pure one. So this ratio has to match. That's how you dope. So whenever you increase P, you have to reduce N such that this ratio is matched, Ni square. Now quickly do it, find out N. Yes, easy peasy, very easy. Ni square by P. What is Ni square by P? How much was Ni square? 9 into 10 raised to 16, 16 plus 16, 32. Divided by 4.5 into 10 raised to 22. So I'll tell you an easy method to do this. 4.5 is how much? I mean, you don't have to, 9, the half of 9 is 4.5. So 9 by 4.5 is 2. 10 raised to 32 minus 22, 10. 10 raised to 10. Which option is that? Option B. Yeah. Very, very easy. Some other teacher says that, no? Yes. It's option B. Very good. So Ni, what does Ni represent here? Ni represents the concentration of electrons and holes in a pure undoped semiconductor. And N and P represents the number of charge carriers in a doped semiconductor. Okay, so this ratio has to match. That's how you dope. So when you grow up and you do physics, when you go to labs, when you dope, what you'll do is you'll make sure you add impurities such that N into P is Ni square. All right. Yeah, it's math lecture. Okay. Okay, students, is this clear? Can you all put some fire emojis in the chat if this is clear? You want me to explain how you solved it? Yeah, very good. I will explain. See, some students tell me I'm very slow, but see, some of them wants me to explain every step. So that's why I do every step. So that those who don't want it can skip it. So how I did this is, what is 9 by 2? The half of 9 is 4.5. 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9. Like 3 plus 3. So 9 and 4.5 I will cut. What remains? 2. So it is 2. And how do you do 10 raised to 32 into 10 raised to 20? I mean, divided by 10 raised to 22. 1 second. Yeah. So this is 10 raised to 32 because it's divided by, when you take it up, it becomes minus 22. So it becomes 10 raised to 10. Okay. Thank you, Srinidhi. I haven't seen you, but you're also my favorite. All right. Okay. Kannada language. Hey, how are you able to put fire now? Okay. Is this clear? I don't remember the name of. Yes, of course, physics is my favorite subject. That's why I'm teaching physics. Okay, students, let's move on to the next question. See, if your friends are not attending this physics class, you share this video to them. Quickly go send the link and come. So they also study with you. You should learn to study together. You should uplift all your friends as well. Let us all study together. Go send this. Let them all study together. Okay, next question. Next is for a transistor again. The DC common emitter current gain of an NPN transistor is 50. Okay, what is an NPN transistor? NPN. NPN. This is an NPN transistor. Alright. So the DC common emitter current gain of an NPN transistor is 50. Gain is 50. The potential difference applied across the collector and emitter. So, I'm a little bad at drawing, but I'll still try. No, this is not how you draw. I think I have a picture of a transistor somewhere. Oh, in yeah, here. Yeah. This is a transistor. Okay. So, what does the question say? The potential difference across the collector and emitter of a transistor is 2 volts. Collector and emitter. So collector and emitter. Oh, this is a different configuration. Sorry. So no figure because I don't know how to draw figure. I'm very bad at it. I will write. Okay. So VCE. VCE is the voltage between the collector and emitter. You saw a transistor, right? For the transistor between the collector and emitter, VCE is 2 volts. What else is given? Resistor current. No, collector resistance is 4 kilo ohm. Okay. Base current IB and collector current IC you should find out. Very easy. First thing, okay, beta is also given. Beta is the alphabet that represents current gain. Okay. Hi Chandini, welcome to our class. Since you're a newcomer, welcome. Okay. So please keep watching the classes regularly. I have many more classes coming up. All right. Somebody's asked some doubt. I'm not able to see it now. Okay. So VCE is 2 volt, RC is 4 kilo ohm, beta is 50. All this is given to you. Now let's first calculate collector current IC by the famous Ohm's law, because you have RC and VC. So IC is very easy. Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So IC is equal to VCE by RC. How much is VCE? 2 volts. 2 volts. divided by 4 kilo ohm should be converted into ohms. Any question you do, everything should be in their base units, not their SI units. So 4 kilo ohm is what? 4 into 1000. 4000 ohms. So how much is it? 2 divided by 4 is 2. 1 by 2000 will be 1 by 2 is what? 1 by 2 is 0.5. Now how many zeros are there here? 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 0.1235 amps. Okay? See, yeah. Now this I can also write it as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 0.5 milliamps. Okay? High ohm. So I have IC. Now what? I have some more to do. Now I know it is option. Which option? It's either option A or option B. So these two are anyways wrong. I can cancel those off. Now what will I do next? I need to find out IB. So to find out IB, what will I do? What I will do is beta, which is the current gain, is basically the ratio of collector current to base current. Okay? Current gain is IB by IC. Now I have IB. Do I have IB? I don't have IB. I have to find out IB. So what would IB be? 0.0005 into 50. Children, stop spamming in the chat and listen to class. Those who are really listening in the class, you can just close that and close the chat and listen to me. Okay? I don't mind even if you don't respond. You have to listen. But you can see the answer is in microamps. So I will take current as milliamps only because I need to get my answer in microamps. So 0.5 into 50. This is going to be 0.01 milliamps, which is, can you see? I will move, which is how many microamps? 1, 2, 3. 10 microamps. Option A. So two formulas that you have to know here. First thing is Ohm's law. You definitely will know that. IC is I equals VR. V by R, sorry. V equals IR, and gain is always base current by collector current, because here that's how the gain is, right? Common emitter, yes. Beta is IB by IC. Is this clear?
I didn't understand that.
Oh, sorry, that was my AI. Yes, Sanjay, the session is not over, okay? Please don't leave. Okay, understood? Have you all understood? Can you all put option A in the chat? Okay. Next question. The final image formed by an astronomical telescope is. Okay. So for this, you might have learned this image in your book. So I just put this image so you can see. So you have two lenses. So you can see the image is upside down and it's enlarged, and it's not formed by actual rays. You are just extending the rays backwards. Right. So that is virtual. So any image that is not formed by the actual ray but the extension of the ray is virtual. So it's going to be, it's inverted, virtual, and magnified. You can clearly see it's very big. So it's magnified. Okay. Is this clear? Okay. Quickly, let's move on to the next question. If the angle of minimum, you like my smile, but my smile won't get you marks. Listen to the class. Okay. Yeah. So if the angle of minimum deviation is equal to the angle of a prism for an equilateral prism, that word is important, equilateral prism, then the speed of light inside the prism is. Quickly, students. So why did I say equilateral prism is? Okay. Okay. So an equilateral prism is a prism which has all the angles same. So this is going to be 60 degree. So angle A is going to be 60 degree. Okay. So A is the angle of the prism, angle A. So angle of minimum deviation is equal to the angle of prism. So angle A is equal to the angle of minimum deviation, which is delta, which is equal to 60 degree. Alright? Fine. Now we'll write down the formula for prism. What is the formula for prism? Refractive index. Sometimes it is written as nu, okay? Nu or n. I am comfortable writing it as n, so I will write it as n. Mu or n is equal to sine A plus delta divided by 2, the whole divided by sine A by 2. Okay? Ma'am, formula please and what to do. Yeah, see, when what I also tell in all my classes, whenever you do physics, you always have a sheet of paper next to you. Whatever formula you use in any question, you write it down. So you will make a formula sheet by yourself. So on Saturday, I will most probably be doing a first PU one-shot video where I'll tell you all the important things that you need to know for your first PU. So all of you can keep a reminder and come join that class as well. It might really help. Alright, so n is sine A plus delta by 2 divided by sine A by 2. Now, simple math. N is how much? Sine A plus delta is 60 plus 60. So, 60 plus 60 is 120 by 2 sine. The whole divided by sine 60 by 2, which is sine 60 by sine 30. Sine 60 is how much? Root 3 by 2. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, 1 by 2 cancels. Root 3. Okay, so my refractive index n is root 3. N or mu. Okay. N is also equal to C by V. So now I have to find out V, right? What was the question? You have to find the speed of light inside the prism. So V is equal to C by N, which is 3 into 10 raised to 8 by root 3, which is what? 3 by root 3 will be, 3 is what? 3 is root 3 into root 3. So root 3 cancels. See, 3 is root 3 into root 3. So this would be root 3 into 10 raised to 8. Where is that option? Yeah, option C. Did you all understand this? Can you quickly let me know in the comments? Sorry, in the chat. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay? Is this clear? Can I have some response in the chat? Did you all get 3 into 10 raised to 8? Yes, Harshit understood. Very good. Others, can I get some thumbs up or something? Yes, Sanjay, good, thank you. Yes, Ruchita, ma'am. Yes, what happened? Okay. So I hope you know what angle of prism and angle of minimum deviation is. All right. Yes. Okay, good. Wonderful energy, kids. Let's keep going. Okay, so I want you all till the end of the class. All right. I'll give you a break in between to go drink water. I also will drink water. You'll also drink water. We'll come back with the same energy. Not now, after some more questions. Okay, next question. Okay, from now on, you have to be very careful. These are very easy questions, but you have to know the signs, positive or negative, because that's the only way you can go wrong. Okay? Yes, Ruchita, we can expect repeated questions, but not the same questions, but That's why I'm explaining concepts also. So you understand what you're doing. So if you get a similar question, you will be able to answer that. All right. So as I said, I am doing all the questions from 2018 to 2024. So for these chapters, you don't have to go search for previous year papers because all the questions are here. All right. All right. Yes, I will put one short video for formulas. Probably, hopefully. So quickly. Oh, somebody already answered. Suhas, no. Nidhi. Okay, let's see. Okay. So an equiconvex lens. Okay, this kind of a lens is called as an equiconvex lens. Has a radius of curvature. It's made out of two different materials. All that is fine. Refractive index is given. If you calculate the image distance. So first thing what we will do is we will write down the parameters on this one. So for the first lens, this is the first surface of the lens. Okay. So for this one, this is making a sphere like this. Okay. So radius of curvature is towards this side. Now I want you all to know the sign convention. Okay. So if anything is, let me change my color. Oh. Yeah. If anything is measured in this direction or in the upward direction, it is positive. If it's in either of these directions, it is negative. So this is one thing that you have to learn, keep in mind, because from now on we'll be solving ray optics questions, and for that you have to keep this in mind. Okay. Now, so for my first surface, the radius will be towards this side. So for this surface, the radius will be positive or negative. It will definitely be positive because it's measured towards this side. Anything measured towards this side is positive. So here R1 will be plus R. Now the central surface, this is a plane one. So for a straight one, it's always infinity. Okay, that we will see. Now for the second surface, this makes a sphere like this. So the radius is going to be in this direction and it's going to be negative. So I will write that as well. So the radius of this surface is going to be positive. The radius of this surface is going to be minus R. Now what about the focal length? This side will have a focal length of F1. This side will have a focal length of F2. So this is convex lens. For convex lens, the focal length is always positive. Why is it positive? Because this is a convex lens. Okay. And the image is on the other side here. So it's going to be positive. I told I'm very bad at drawing, so please forgive me. You all want options? All of you already finished. Yeah, these are the options. Now let's do it. So the formula is 1 by F is equal to nu or n, nu1 minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay. So this I will put it as 1 by F1. So this is for the first lens, the one with the lines. Okay. For the first one. Yeah. So R1 is what? R1 is plus R. What about R2? So if this is the lens, R1 is because of the first surface, it's positive. R2 is because of the straight surface. So a flat surface is considered to be part of a sphere with an infinite radius of curvature. Okay, so any flat surface will have the radius of curvature infinity. That's the property of a flat surface. So this R would be infinity. Okay, so this is going to be equal to 1 by F1 is equal to mu minus 1, mu1 minus 1, 1 by R, because R2 is infinity and 1 by infinity is 0. So you cancel that off. Now I'll do the same thing for F2. 1 by F2 is equal to mu2 minus 1 1 by, for F2 what happens? The first surface is plane. So first surface will have a radius of curvature infinity. So 1 by infinity minus 1 by r, because it is negative. Okay. So what happens? Minus minus becomes plus. This becomes nu2 minus 1 by r itself. Okay. Option C or D. For your exam, you can't say option C or D. You should have only one option. So let's solve. Now I have two formulas. So let me write it. 1 by F1 is how much? Mu1 minus 1 by R. 1 by F2 is mu2 minus 1 by R. Now what will the total focal length be? 1 by F is equal to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2. For your exam, you don't have to write all these steps. You can right away add nu1 minus 1 minus nu2 plus nu2 minus 1 by R is how much? The whole thing by R. I'm also skipping a step to give you guys company. Nu1 minus 1 plus nu2 minus 1, which is mu1 plus nu2 minus 2 by R. Nu1, nu2 values are given. Where is it? Refractive index is 1.5 and 1.2. So this is going to be 1.5 plus 1.2 minus 2 by R is how much? Is it given? Yes, radius of curvature is 14. 14. So this is going to be 0.7 by 14. So F will be 14 by 0.7. So it would be 140 by 7. 7 and 14 to 20. 20 centimeters. Okay. So it's very difficult to solve with decimals. So that's why you have to multiply it with 10. Chandini, what? Why can't you do this? Are you talking to Tarun or are you speaking to me? I know a little bit of Kannada, but I'm not very fluent. So, so I'm not confident to speak Kannada, but I know little. I can understand Kannada very well. All right, students, this is 20. Oh, let's see which option is it. Oh, there's no option 20. Oh, okay. Oh, we only found out focal length. Sorry. I was looking at the chat and I saw. No. This is not. We found out only focal length. What is the question? Calculate the image distance. What is image distance? V. How will you calculate image distance? 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. So 1 by F is 1 by 20 is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by, how much is U here? U here is 40. Is it plus 40 or negative 40? That's very important. How will you know if it's plus 40 or minus 40? So obviously the image will be for a con. Which one is this? If an object, yeah, image will be on this side. So it will definitely be plus 40. But object is going to be on this side, which is on the left, right? Yeah, left of the lens. So it's going to be minus 40. So minus 40. So 1 by 20 is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by 40. So, solve it. 1 by V would be how much? 1 by 20 minus 1 by 40, which is 1 by 40 itself. So the answer would be 40 centimeters. I messed up. I should have written a little more neatly. I'm really sorry for that. Next question, I'll write out neatly. U is minus 40 because it is in front of the lens. It is towards this side. Anything towards this side is plus. Okay. Can you all put some thumbs up in the chat if this is clear? Thumbs up or okay or fire, whatever is there in your panel. Can you type it and put? Okay. Quickly, students, can you Yes, yes. Physics is tough. Physics is a little tough, but if you practice, you will definitely get it. See, this is not tough. It just has so many steps, so it looks tough. So after this video, you play this once again and peacefully sit and do step by step. You will get it. It will be easy to you. I think it's because you see a lot of steps, you might find it difficult. Speak Kannada one word. Utaita. Did you all eat? Okay, next question. For an point object, Chandini can understand Marathi. Okay, for some of you physics is interesting, some of you physics is tough. It's okay, students. Every subject has its own advantages, disadvantages. Okay, I'm speaking in scientific language. Its own pros and cons. Sometimes it will be easy. Some part of every subject is easy. Some part of every subject is difficult. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Leave all that. Let's focus on studies now. Okay, for a point object, which of the following produces virtual images in air? So you should always know it is convex mirror. That is something you should know. Okay. So a concave mirror is a mirror that looks like a cave. So every time image is formed here itself. So okay, so I will just show you a small this thing. So a light ray comes, it hits another light. So images are formed in front of the mirror and images are formed by actual rays. So for concave, it's always real. Only in one case, it's virtual. Otherwise, it's always real. For convex, it's always virtual. Okay. This is a pretty straightforward question. You should be knowing this. Yes. Very good. Very good. Wonderful. Okay. That cannot be solved in 1 minute. These questions, all the questions that I did till now can be solved in 1 minute. I am taking more than 1 minute because first thing I'm writing with a digital pen. It's a little difficult. I'm not used to this. If I do it with pen and paper, it will be more fast. Okay, that is about me. But here, and for these, you don't have to write all the steps. See, for example, this step 1 by infinity and all. Why write it is 0? So you don't have to write those steps. And then 1.5 plus 1.2 minus 2 and all. Don't write. Do it fast, and you don't have step marks. So you can solve it in less than a minute. You just have to try. Okay, let's not deviate from the question. What was the question? Yeah. For a given pair of transparent media, the critical angle for which color is maximum? For which color is maximum? Okay. Okay. So if you have long wavelengths, okay, the frequency has a value which is very much different to the frequency of the electrons in the whatever it is, glass, water, or air. Okay. So the long wavelength ones don't interact with the material because their frequencies are very different. So they can go very fast. Okay, like red light. Red light can go very fast through glass or water or air because their frequency is very high. All right. So, longest wavelength will have the smallest refractive index. How is refractive index? N is C by V. So, if V is very large, okay, that means N is very small. See, if you have a chocolate, you divide it with 10 people, you have to make it into small pieces. If you divide it with 50 people, even more small pieces. So as V becomes bigger and bigger, N becomes smaller. So refractive index is very small. Thus, it bends the least when passing from one place to another. Okay. So what is the use of refractive index? The change in refractive index makes light bend. But when refractive index change is very small, bending is small. When bending is small, critical angle is maximum. So it is definitely red. Okay. So long wavelengths do not interact with the material. They go very fast with the material. So speed is high, refractive index is less. Refractive index is less, bending is less, bending is less, critical angle is maximum. All right. Okay. All right. Yes. Is this clear? Can you all put some fire emojis in the chat if this is clear? Okay. Now question number 19. We will start after 5-minute break. Okay. So resume back at 9. What time? 9:10. Okay. Students, we'll come back at 9:10 and solve the rest of the questions. So please do come back. Okay. I will wait for you. Please do come back. And if you watch this whole video, you have solved all past year papers from semiconductors and ray optics. You don't have to go solve anything else. I have put all the past year paper questions. Okay? All right. You can all go have a break. See you all at 9:10. Hello, hello. Yes. Are you all back after the break? Yes, students, the break is over. Please come back. If your friends haven't come back, send a text to them, ask them to come back. Okay, let's continue our rigorous solving. Good job, students. Good job for all those who've stayed till now. Very good. Okay, you're all doing a good job. You will all do very well in your exams. Good job. Hi, Alia. Hi, Harshita. Hi, Singer. Okay, so let's go move on to the next question. An equiconvex lens. Did I show you the different kinds of lenses? I had a picture somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So in this question, we're going to look at an equiconvex lens. A lens that looks like this. Equiconvex lens. Okay. An equiconvex lens is a lens that looks like this. Is made out of refractive index 3 by 2. It has a focal length f. It is completely immersed in water. Okay. So initially it's in air. When it's in air, it has a refractive index of 3 by 2. And then you dip it in water, it will have a refractive index of 4 by 3. You have to find out by how much the focal length changes when it is in air and when it is dipped in water. So when it is in water, how is the light ray moving from water to glass? When it is in air, how is the light moving from air to glass? Right. Here, this is air. This is glass. Now, when you dip this in water, it becomes water and glass. So, let's see how the focal length will change. So, I will put it as n. Okay, I am putting refractive index as n because I am comfortable writing n. Nu is complicated. Why go for complicated things? Let's make life easy. So, you might be wondering, ma'am, you want to make life easy and you're teaching us physics. I want to make your life easy. That's why I'm teaching you physics. Okay. So n is the refractive index, and let's look at how the light ray is moving. Light is moving from air to glass. So I will put A here and G here. N air to glass is how much? 3 by 2. And focal length is F. Focal length in air is F. This much is given to you. What else is given? When it is immersed in water, the refractive index is 4 by 3. So, when it is immersed in water, means air to water is 4 by 3. It is completely immersed in water. Yeah, so you have air to water. It is 4 by 3. Alright. Now what shall we do? Ma'am, you sent me now. Okay, next question. Sorry, not next question. Next step. See, these students were spamming the chat. You're disturbing the whole class. What is this? So many of them are here to study. Okay, let's look at the formula, our evergreen formula, which we have been using for a long time now. 1 by f is equal to n minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. I think after the end of this session, some people will get married in the chat. What is this, students? Listen. Okay. Oh, sorry. My pen just fell down. 1 by f is equal to n minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 is the formula. Now here for f air, we should use refractive index of air. So let's write it down. 1 by f of air is equal to, how much is the refractive index? 3 by 2 minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Perfect. Now 3 by 2 minus 1 is 1 by 2. So I will write it here itself. Let's just not waste space. So this will be 1 by 2. 3 by 2 minus 1, 1 by 2. Next, 1 by f of air is this much. Now this lens is now going to be immersed in water. So 1 by f of water will be how much? Refractive index. Now here this something is very important. It's going to be put in water. So light ray goes from water to glass. Now air, water to glass. So N of water to glass. NWG minus 1 times 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Now we don't know WNG. So what do we do? WNG, which is the refractive index for a thing that is in water to glass, is basically given by. So see, when light is traveling from water to glass, you write it as N of G by N of W. Okay. Okay. So N of G by N of W means from water to glass. From where it is traveling, that will go to the denominator. If it's from air to glass, it will be Ng by N air. Okay. So the initial point is what comes as the denominator. Ng by. Once again, I will explain. After I finish this, I'll explain once again. Okay. Yeah. So WNG is equal to Ng by NW. Why Ng by NW? Because the lens is inside water. So when the lens is inside water, light ray moves from water then to the lens. Okay. So that is why lens is made out of glass divided by N of water. Now how much is N of G? It's 3 by 2. Air to glass is 3 by 2 divided by water is 4 by 3. So this is basically 3 by 4. Right? No. 3 by 2 and 4 by 3. 3 by 2, 4 by 3. Yes, 3 by 2 and 4 by 3. Sorry students, sorry, there was a glitch. Okay, yeah, 3 by 2 and 4 by 3. Now what I'll do, I'll substitute that in my equation here. So this is going to be 3 by 2 by 4 by 3. So I will erase this step here. So what I will do is, I will take the ratio of both the focal lengths. Okay. So F air. What I will do is, I will do 1 by F of air by 1 by F of W. So 1 by F of air by 1 by F of W will be F of W divided by F of air, which is how much? F of air first, 1 by 2 into WNG minus 1. 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2, all those will cancel because it's there in both the places. So 1 by 2 times 3 by 2 by 4 by 3 minus 1, which is how much? Okay, sorry. Yeah. Which is basically 1 by 4, 1 divided by 1 by 4. So F of W would be equal to 1 by 4. 1 divided by 1 by 4 is 4. F of W will be 4 into F of air. So this is going to be F is equal to 4F. FW is equal to 4 times F. Now how will you find out the percentage change? Percentage change is going to be FW minus F, which is the change. FW minus F, with respect to the initial into 100. So this is basically what? FW is how much? 4F minus F by F. 4F minus F is 3F. 3F by F is 3 into 100. 300. Which option is that? 300 percentage decrease or increase? It would be increase, right? Focal length will not decrease. Why is it increase? Because it's positive. If it was in the other direction, it would have been negative. Okay? Okay, Sanjay, you can watch the recorded version. It's fine, you can go. Okay, students, can you all put some fire emojis in the chat? I think most of them went for dinner. Can you put some fire emojis or some okay emojis, something in the chat? So, let's move on to the next question. MBR events 2 has put okay. Yes, okay, MBR. Others, can I have some more response? Yes, Navya. Okay, thank you. All right, next question. What is this? Is that a heart? Chaitanya, ready? Okay, next question. A point object. Mohammed, honestly, I'm not very sure. I'll check that and I'll get back to you. Okay, because it's been so many years since I wrote my KCET, right? So I should find out. All right. A point object is moving at a constant speed of 1 meters per second. So from now on, we will be doing some math. So please don't get bored and listen. Okay, I want all of you to be there with me because your energy is what comes to me. Okay, even though I can't see you, I know all of you are there. So that energy is what I also want. So let me know in the chat constantly that you are there. Okay. Okay. I know you're all hungry, but thank you so much for being in the class. A point object is moving at a constant speed of 1 meters per second. Okay, so the object is moving along the principal axis of convex lens. So this is a convex lens like this. Concave is like a cave, like this. This is concave. Okay. So a point object is moving towards a convex lens of focal length. So here F is 10 centimeters. Focal length is 10 centimeters. The speed of the image is also 1 meters per second. Okay. So the speed of the image is also 1 meters per second. When the object is a dash centimeter from the optical center. So we have to find out where the object is going to be. Alright. So let's write down the things that are given to us first. Okay, students. So okay, let's do this question. I'll try to do it as neatly as possible. But if not, please forgive me. So first thing given, focal length is 10 centimeters. Harshi, I'll do it. Can we first finish all this and then we'll do that question. Okay? Yeah. So F is 10 centimeters given to you. Now what is given? The speed of the object and the speed of the image is 1 centimeter, 1 meters per second. We know that U and V is the distance. So the derivative of distance is speed. Some of you get scared the moment you hear derivatives, but here derivatives are easy. Please don't get scared. Okay. So U and V are the distances. So speed will be du by dt and dv by dt. Okay. So du by dt is 1. dv by dt is also 1. These are speeds. These are given to you in the question. The speed of the object and speed of the image is 1 each. Okay. du by dt and dv by dt is 1. Now this is a lens. So lens maker's formula. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. So from this 1 by v is equal to 1 by f minus 1 by u. Is this much clear? Now v is equal to, rearrange, you will get f into u divided by u minus f. Okay? Is this fine? This much is fine. Now what we will do is, we will differentiate equation 1. So what is my equation 1? This is my equation 1. Now let's differentiate equation 1. Okay? Let's get back to the green pen. Differentiate equation 1. So differential of 1 by f is what? 1 by f is a constant. See, focal length has a value. Its value is 10. The differential of a value is 0. So focal length is 0. Then d by dt of 1 by u is how much? Minus 1 by u square du by dt plus d by, what I'm basically doing is du by dt and dv by dt. Sorry, 1 by v, 1 by u. 1 by u, derivative of 1 by u and derivative of 1 by v. So 1 by v is what? Minus 1 by v square dv by dt. Minus 1 by v square dv by dt. So since both are minus, I will take 1 to the other side. So it becomes positive. So 1 by u square du by dt is equal to minus 1 by v square dv by dt. Is this much clear? One negative sign went away. Now, what else can I do? I will take the v square to this side. So v square by u square is equal to minus dv by dt into dt by du. Basic rearranging. I took the v square from here to this side to the top of u square. This is v, okay? So v square by u square, and I'll put a minus sign here. I'll change the minus sign to this side. So v square by u square is equal to plus dv, whatever. Okay? Are you all sleeping, students? When you see such long questions, you tend to be bored or not understand, but please stay calm. This is not that difficult. Okay? Now, what is v square? V square, you know, v is fu by u minus f. So, v square would be f square u square divided by u minus f square. See, I can only take easy questions and finish off the class fast, but I don't want you to, be scared when you see such questions in the exam because they're not difficult. So that's why I'm solving all possible questions. So f square, u square, there was a minus sign. What else remains? There is a u square also into 1 by u square. So instead of v square, I will write it as f square u square divided by u minus f the whole square into 1 by u square is equal to what all remains? dv by dt into dt by du. Alright. Now, what else? Yeah, now we can just substitute, I think. Yeah, u square and u square I'll cancel. So, what remains? I will take the reciprocal of the whole thing. So, u minus f the whole square is equal to this f, I'll take it to the other side. So, it becomes f square du by dt into dv by dt. You can see I've taken the reciprocal of the whole thing and taken f square to the other side. Now it's very easy. What is focal length? 10. U minus 10 square is equal to 10 square into du by dt is 1. dv by dt is also 1. Here it actually is not dv by dt. This would be dt by dv. But that will also be 1. Okay. So this is u minus 10 square is u minus 10 is equal to 10. Since there is 10 square on both the sides, this is 20. 20 centimeters. Okay. Alright. Is that fine? So shortcuts, I will do a video. I'm trying to get, shortcuts for every portion. These are not, it might be little difficult, but see, if you're doing it, paying full attention, you can actually finish it fast. What all did you do here? You found out the a minus b the whole a minus f the whole square. You don't have to take the square because there is a square on the other side also. Cancel both the squares because both sides you are squaring. So you remove the square. That's what I did. Okay. All right. Is this clear? Can you all put some emojis in the chat? Singer, it's a very long process. Yeah, it's a little long, but you can do it in a minute, right? See, some questions will be like this. You will only have one question like this. Because we are doing questions from the same chapter, you're seeing lots of long questions. But in your exam, you will only have one question like this. So you can do it, I think. I don't know, Chirant. I will find out and get back to you. Okay? Yes, Pratnya, what is it? All right, students. Next question. The power of an equiconcave lens is minus 4.5 diopter and it is made of a material of refractive index 1.6. Radius of curvature of the lens is, all that is fine. So the power is minus 4.5 D. So obviously what would the focal length be? F is equal to 1 by power. So 1 by minus 4.5. Okay. 1 by minus 4.5 is how much? Okay, here one thing that you should be careful. Diopter is similar to meters, but look at all the options. All the options are in centimeters. So if you do the whole thing in meters, you will not get it. So let's convert it into centimeters. Minus 4.5 meters to centimeters. I'll put 100 here. 100 divided by minus 4.5 centimeters, which is, what is 4.5 times 2? 4.5 times 2 is 9. 100 times 2 is 200. So I can just write it as 200 by minus 9. Okay. So since it's 200 by minus 9, it's not a decimal. It's more easier for you to solve. Yes, Harshi, I see your message. I will, okay, at the end of the class. Okay, 200 by minus 9. Yeah, this is my focal length. Now, same formula, 1 by f is equal to n minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. What will your r1 and r2 be? It's an equiconcave lens. So, equiconcave lens means r would be minus r. And the other surface r would be plus r. So, 1 by f is equal to n minus 1, first surface is negative, minus 1 by plus r. Okay. So this is going to be 200 divided by minus 9 is going to be equal to, this is given, no? Refractive index is 1.6. 1.6 minus 1 times minus 2 by r. So this is going to be how much? 200 by minus 9 is equal to 0.6 minus 2 the whole divided by r. So I'll take r to the other side. So you have 0.6 minus 2 into 200 the whole divided by 9. So one thing I forgot here, this is 1 by f. So 1 by, this will be 1 by. So it would be, so when you put f, it would be 9 by 200. Okay. Now, if you quickly solve it, you will get minus 26.6. What is 200 into 2? 400. How will you solve it quickly? Do you want tips to solve this quickly? I'll show you. So the question is 0.6 into this minus and this minus will cancel. So 0.6 into 2 into 200, the whole divided by 9. Okay. How will I solve it easily? Yeah. How will I solve it easily? So what is 0.6? 0.6 is 6 by 10, which is 3 by 5. So 3 by 5 into 2 into 200 by 9. Now 3 by 5 into 2 is what? 6 by 5. 6 by 5 into 200. 6 by 5 into 200 by 9. 6 into 2, 12. 1200 by 5 by 9. 12. 120 and 5 is how much? 24. 240. So 240 by 9, which is 80 by 3. If you solve that, you will get somewhere around 26. Yes, you will get 40 marks if you watch. Bye, Nidhi. Good night. Please watch the recording, okay? Tomorrow. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, others stay. Alright, so your answer will be. Oh, which question was it? Yeah, 26.6 centimeters. The negative sign, we missed something. Yeah, it's there. It's not cancelling. It is 26.6. Okay? All of you are going. Crazy boy is also going. Okay, students, I will finish the class in another 15 minutes. Okay? Yes, Navya, is it D? Yeah, it's D. Yes, it's D. Sorry. Yes, it's D. Okay. Okay. So let's quickly move on to the next question. A ray of light passes through an equilateral glass prism in such a manner that angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. So angle I is equal to angle E is given to you. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. Okay. Very good. And each of these angles is equal to 3 by 4 of the angle of the prism. Okay, that's the next thing given to you. Each of this is equal to 3 by 4 times angle of prism is always represented by A. So 3 by 4 times A. We have to find out what is the angle of deviation. Kavindram is not going, very good. Crazy boy is also staying, very good. Okay. Yeah. So I is equal to E equals 3 by 4 A. Chaitanya studied and that's how she scored. Okay. If you sit and study, you will also score. D, D, D. D, D, D. Let's see if it's D or not. So what is the formula? A plus delta is equal to I plus E. You've all learned this formula. That I should calculate and tell you, Chaitanya, after the class. Okay. So A plus delta is equal to I plus E. So quickly find out delta. Delta will be how much? I plus E minus A, which is one more thing you need to know, how much is A? A is going to be 60 degree. Why? Because it's an equilateral prism. So this is going to be 60 degrees. So 3 by 4 into 60 degrees. What is 3 by 4 into 60 degrees? We forgot the most important thing. So 3 by 4 into 60 degrees is going to be 45 degree. Okay. So this is going to be 45 plus 45 minus 60. Because A is 60 only, which is 90 minus 60, which is 30 degree. The angle of deviation is going to be 30. And A plus delta equals I plus E is from this. This is I, this is E, this is A, this is delta. You might have learned this. Yes, angle of prism is 60, Kavindra. Sorry, Chaitanya. I'm really sorry, okay? See, from your names, how can I understand? That's why. Hindu Kesari. Yeah, I know I'm a little old. I'm not young like all of you. No, you're all very young, full of energy. I'm very old, so I will forget things. So when you become my age, when you grow up, you will also start forgetting. But I remembered, okay, I didn't completely forget. I only forgot to write it there. I remembered after that. Okay, next question. Did you all get 30? Can you all put some thumbs up or tell me okay or tell me understood or give me some clue that letting me know that you've understood? Yes, Nidhi, you can go sleep, but please watch the recorded video, okay? Shouldn't miss out these questions. I want you to score very well. So tomorrow morning, first thing you do, watch the recorded video, solve every question. Okay? Bye-bye. Good night. Yeah, others, let me know if you've all got this. Understood? Thumbs up? Yes, very good. Okay. Question 23. Okay, let's look at the question. Let's look at question 23. A convex lens of focal length f is placed somewhere. So this is an object. This is a screen. So this is a lens. Okay, so this lens is placed somewhere between an object and a screen. The distance between the object and the screen, this distance is x. If the numerical value of the magnification produced by the lens is m, what is the focal length? So magnification is m, what is f? So what is x? X is definitely u and v. Can I connect my charger, students? Otherwise, my laptop will switch off. Just a second. Sorry. Yeah, done. Okay. So u and v together is what is x. So u plus v is equal to x. That is the first thing that we know. Now, what is magnification? Magnification is v by u. Both of these are given to you. These are the things that we know. Now, let's substitute the value of m in our equation 1. So, first we will substitute it for u. So, what is u? V by m. So, v by m plus v is equal to x. So, v plus vm by m is equal to x. Next, substituting it for u. So, what is u? Sorry, what is v? M into u. V is equal to mu. U is equal to v by m. So, let's substitute. Instead of v, I will put mu. So, u plus mu is equal to x. Okay. U plus mu is equal to x. So, u 1 plus m is equal to x. So, u is equal to x divided by 1 plus m. Here, what would this be? V is equal to, no. Here also I will write it in terms of v because my formula is 1 by f equals 1 by v minus 1 by u, right? So, I need v and u. So, v outside 1 plus m by m equals x. So, v equals xm by 1 plus m. Okay. Now, I have v. I have u as well. Now, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u, which is 1 by xm divided by 1 plus m minus 1 by x divided by 1 plus m. 1 plus m, 1 plus m. So 1 by f is equal to 1 plus m by xm minus 1 plus m by x. So 1 plus m by x is common. I will take it outside. What remains? 1 by m. 1 by m minus 1. Okay. So 1 by f is equal to 1 plus m by x times. So this would be plus. I will take it outside. So m plus 1 by m. So m plus 1 and m plus 1 will be m plus 1 square. M plus 1 square by xm. Which option is it? M plus 1 square by, no, mx by, sorry. What is my option? M plus 1 square. This is 1 by f. So f would be mx by m plus 1 square. Mx by m plus, sorry. Mx, my pen. Mx by m plus 1 square. Okay? Okay, students? Simple substitution, but there are lots of steps. See, I can solve this in a minute, but I'll have to skip lots of steps. So some of you might not understand. That's why I'm doing all steps. Okay? Okay? All those who are still awake, can you put some thumbs up in the chat? So I can also be a little awake. Okay, Nidhi, you can finish and go to sleep. No problem. All right, students. Energy. I also want some energy. All those who are here, please give me a thumbs up and let me know you're here. Navya, Tarun, Harshi, Mansi, all of you are here. Okay, good. So next question. Focus. I really wish we were in a class, no, where I could see you all and see your faces. So, okay, Alia, you're awake. Mohammed, yes, Mohammed. Okay, so focal length of a convex lens will be maximum for. Focal length is related to wavelength. Okay, so that is a relationship that you have to know. So one thing you already know, 1 by f is equal to n minus 1 by r. This formula you've been learning so much. So if I take r to be a constant, 1 by f will be proportional to refractive index minus 1, n minus 1. Now, focal refractive index is actually proportional to wavelength. Okay, refractive index is proportional to wavelength. So, from this you can get frequency is proportional to wavelength. So, focal length will be maximum for which one? Will be maximum for the longest one, which is red light. Okay. So, I am taking this to be constant, the R1, R2, R3. That's why I put the proportionality. Every time you want to put a proportionality, you remove the equal to and take a constant also, and then you make it. Class end time 10 more minutes. I will end the class. Okay, I have more questions, but it's already 10 o'clock. Half of you are sleeping. So we'll continue in the next class. Yes, Nidhi, it's red. Very good. Okay, next question. Question 25. This is a very interesting question, students. All of you listen. Sanjay, you're back after dinner. Okay. How many of you are eating and watching the class? Can you put a thumbs up if you're eating and watching the class? Yeah. Consider a glass slab. Okay. So you have a glass slab. One part is transparent, the other is basically not transparent. It is made silvered, which means it's like a mirror. The refractive index is 1.5 and the angle of incidence is 45. So light is coming and falling on the glass slab at 45. Then what happens to this? It will obviously go hit the bottom. But since the bottom is reflective, it will reflect from there. Now what happens? It will bend out from here. So this angle will also be 45. Now the question is, you have to find out how much it deviates from the initial path. So basically you have to find out the deviation from incident and the refracted. So let's draw that together. The incident was 45, refracted was also 45. Both these rays, so the angle between them is 90 degrees. Very easy. Next class will be day after tomorrow. Same time, 8 o'clock. Okay. Alright. Oh, Tarun is going to eat only after class. Very sweet of you, Tarun. Okay. So, did you understand this? The question says you have to find out the angle between the angle of incidence and the angle of deviation. So, what is happening? It is coming in, it's hitting the basin, it's reflecting back. So, the angle between the angle of incidence and reflection, both are 45, 45. So, in total, it's going to be 90. Yes, Nidhi, it's 90. Very good. Wonderful students. You guys are amazing, okay? You guys are very sweet and very amazing. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, Hindu Kesari something. I don't know your full name. Your teaching is the prism in my learning light. Are you a writer? Okay, students. Next question. In refraction, light waves are bent on passing from one medium to the other because what happens? So when light passes from air to glass, why does it bend? That's the question. It's a very simple question. You shouldn't be able to do it. You shouldn't have to do any steps. So basically, the refractive index changes. When refractive index changes, why? Because speed changes. N is equal to C by V. So glass to air, refractive index changes because V changes. The speed of light changes. So obviously, speed is different. See, elasticity and all, no way. You don't have elasticity in light. You don't have amplitude here. Frequency is going to be the same. Frequency is never changing when light moves from one medium to another. Okay. That could be another question. Will frequency change? So when refraction happens, when light moves from one medium to another, frequency will not change. Only wavelength and speed will change. Okay? Okay. Next question. If the refractive index from air to glass is 3 by 2 and that from air to water is 4 by 2, find the ratio of focal lengths. This is a similar question we have done. So refractive index from air to glass is 3 by 2. Now refractive index of air to water is 4 by 3. Now lens makers formula and all you can apply that we've already done. No, 1 by f equals n minus 1, 1 by r1, all that will cancel. So I will just take the ratio 1 by f of air by 1 by f of water. So this will basically be f of water by f of air. So f of water is how much? F of water by f of air. So is it water? Water and glass, no? Yeah. F of water will be 3 by 2. Okay. Yeah, this is similar to chapter 10. Yes, it is similar to chapter 10. 3 by 2 minus 1 by, remember in the previous class we did 3 by 2 by 4 by 3 minus 1. So simplifying this, you will actually get 1 by 2 minus into how much would it be? 8 by 1, which is 4 by 1. So the ratio would be 4:1. Now why did I do 3 by 2 by 4 by 3? We've already learned this in a previous question. If those who paid attention will know. Why did I do that? Because if you have n glass water, this is basically n glass air by n water air. Okay, so it is going to be option D. Yes, very good, all of you. Very good, very good. Wonderful energy. Good, good, good. Okay, I think another one or two questions I'll stop the class because it's quite late and I still have so many students watching. My video is cut. Why is my video cut? My internet is not good. Okay, next question. Two thin biconvex lenses. What is a biconvex lens? It is a converging lens. Okay, another trick I can tell you is converging. CONV, CONV, converging, and convex. Both have CONV in them. Okay, so that's a tip to remember which one's converging, which one's diverging. You might have already learned that in 10th, but I'm just reminding because you are my student, no? You're always kids to me. So two thin biconvex lens have focal lengths f1 and f2. Okay. A third biconvex lens has focal length f3. Okay. So you have f1, f2, f3. If the two biconcave lenses are in contact, then the total power is P1. So if these two are in contact, the power is P1. If the first lens is in contact with the third one, then the power is P2. Okay. Now, if the second is in contact with the third, which color? Red color. If the second is in contact with the third, it is P3. Okay. So from the question, this is what is given. So now how will I write down what all is given? I already wrote down what all is given. How will I solve it? So simple. What is the formula? 1 by f is equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. Now power is 1 by f. So for P1, you have to take f1 and f2. So it will be f1 plus f2 by f1, f2. Now P2 will be which all? P2 has which all? P2 has f2 and f1 and f3. Right? P2 has f1 and f3. And should it be positive or negative? Okay, very important thing, students. Okay, very important thing. Okay, yeah, voice is clear. Okay, something very important. You have to know about the focus, the direction of the focus. Okay, we forgot about that. So let's look at that as well. So f1, I told you this is a converging lens. See, f1 and f2 are biconvex lenses and f3 is a biconcave lens. So f1 and f2 are converging, f3 is diverging. So for f3, the focal length will be on this side, it will be negative. These two will be positive. Okay, students, for a concave lens, focal length is negative. Okay, so for P2, which are the two lenses? F1 and F3. So this would be F1 minus F3 divided by F1, F3. Isn't it? Okay. So I think you can take it as F3 minus F1. If you do the math, you'll get it as F3 minus F1. And then how much would P3 be? P3 is between F2 and F3. It's just addition, no? No, F3 is negative. So same thing. F3 minus F2 divided by F2, F3. Now which option is this one? Ma'am, repeat. What do you want me to repeat? See, look at the question. This is a very easy question. Biconvex lenses have focal lengths f1 and f2. Okay. Biconcave lens has focal length f3. So this is positive. This is negative. Now, if two biconvex lenses are in contact, then the power is P1. So f1 and f2 are in contact, power is P1. I think I can do a better job by representing it more neatly. I think I should do that much justice to all of you. Okay. F1, F2, F3. Okay. Now, if the two F1 and F2 are in contact, then the power is P1. If the first one and the third one are in contact, then the power is P2. These two are in contact, it is P2. Then if these two, if F2 and F3 are in contact, it is P3. Now, only thing you need to know, F3 is negative, F1, F2 positive. So, the formula is 1 by F is equal to 1 by F1 plus F2. Solve it. Now, is it clear? BV. Is it option B? F1 plus F2. F1 plus F2 is where? F1 plus F2 is here. F3 minus F1, F3 minus F2. So, it's option D. Tarun, is it option B? Check, check. See, F1 and F2 are not negative. F1 and F2 is positive. Only F3 is negative. Why? Because it is a diverging biconcave lens. For biconcave lens, focus is negative. Option B. Are you all getting option B? It's option D, right? Those who are getting option D, can you let me know in the chat that you're getting option D? Quickly, students, can you let me know in the chat if you're getting option D or not? Yeah? Are you getting option D? Hindu, you don't have your literature exam, you have your physics exam, okay? So you have to do problems, not write wonderful pickup lines. Yes, very good, Tarun. You don't have to be sorry for a wrong answer, okay? That's how you learn. Okay, very good. Do you have the energy to do one more question or you want me to stop the class? What do you want to do? One more question? Those who have the energy, okay, I think we should do a different question. Let's do a different question. Which one? Yeah, we'll do this question. This has a graph and all. My funny DV, you find me funny? What's your name, DV? Spider-Man? Is that Spider-Man? I don't know who that is. Very old generation. Okay, ma'am, one more. Okay, one more. One last question, okay? And then I'll leave you all. Thank you for staying with me. You guys are great, wonderful students. A transparent medium shows a relation between I and R as shown. If the speed of light in vacuum is c, Brewster's angle for the medium is. We have to find out Brewster's angle. So we know Brewster's angle is what? It is tan 30. And what is tan 30 here? It would be, if I name this O, B and A, tan 30 would be AB by OB. And how much is tan 30? 1 by square root of 3. 1 by square root of 3 is also sin I by sin R by sin I. Sin I by sin R is tan 30. Okay. Oh, DV, I was also joking. Okay. Nothing. It's okay. I'm not a serious person. You don't have to be offended. Okay. Yeah. 1 by root 3 sin R by sin I. So obviously sin I by sin R is square root of 3. Now why did I take sin I by sin R? Because refractive index N is sin I by sin R. Okay. And this is square root of 3. Okay. Now N is square root of 3. Alright. Is this much clear? Chaitanya, I'm not ignoring you. You know, for things that I'm not very sure about, I can't tell you, right? That's why I didn't reply. Okay. You don't have to be scared, Diksha. And you didn't hurt me, Hindu. It's okay. This is all just fun. I want you all to study. That's all. All fun is fine as long as you study. So n is equal to square root 3. Now, Brewster's angle. N is equal to tan IP. So square root 3 is equal to tan IP. So tan inverse of square root 3 is how much? 60 degree. Right. Tan inverse of root 3 is 60. Tan 60 will give you root 3. Okay. Are you all getting it? All those who are getting 60 degree, can you please put a thumbs up in the chat? Okay. Is this clear? So this angle is 30. So you take tan 30 would be this side by this side. So this side is sine R. So OB by AB, sorry, AB by OB is what? Sine R by sine I. So this is AB is sine R, OB is sine I. Okay? Yes. I think we can wind up. I have more questions, but let's wind up. Let's see. Okay, this is an easy question. Question 34. Okay, this is a very easy question. Quickly, we'll do this. So, the angle of minimum deviation is 38 degree. It produces a deviation of 40 to 44 degree. And when the angle is either 42 or 62, what is the angle of incidence when it's undergoing minimum deviation? Okay? Okay. Yeah. The rest of the question, I'll give it to you as homework. Okay? So, this question, delta minimum is how much? It's given to you as 38 degrees. Now, the deviation delta is 44 for I equals 42 degree and 62 degree. Okay. Now, what is the formula? We already know del plus A equals I1 plus I2. So, I will write as A equals I1 plus I2 minus del, which is 42 plus 62 minus 44, which is 60 degree. So A is 60. So how much should your angle of incidence be? Angle of incidence will be A plus del minimum by 2, which is 60 plus 38 by 2, which is 49 degree. So this would be the answer. Okay. So the next questions, you can all work it out by yourself. I will just tell you which option the answer is. So for question number 35, the answer will be infinity. You can try to do it and you should get infinity. For question 36, how much should it be? It should be minus 20. For question 37, it should be plus 18.75. And then, yeah, I think we pretty much did all the questions. Okay, for question 33, you should get infinity. Okay, so the rest of the questions you can try to work it out by yourself. And if you have doubts in the next class, you can come and ask me. Okay, is this fine? Any doubts till here? If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we will wind up the class. If I don't tell you the answer, how will you know which one's correct? That's why I told you the answer. Because you have to know which answer is correct, right? Okay. Is this fine? Okay, okay. Okay, Mohammed. Okay, Nabia. Okay, Alia. Bye bye. So, if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we can wind up the class for now. So, my next class is going to be next Friday, day after tomorrow. So, I'll see you all day after tomorrow. Ask your friends also to join. Okay. And let me know if you like the class in the comments. Give me a like also. Yeah. Okay, someone's asking me what session is this after the session. This is a session for KCET. Okay, so this is ray optics and semiconductors, and in total, you will have at least 5 questions from this. For in all the previous years, there were 5 questions, so you will hopefully have 5 questions. Okay, so we'll wind up with that. All right, students, bye bye. I'll see you all.